Well, I think finally we have some success here. Let me turn this thing off. I had to basically build a brake system in there. I mean, this is my little pendant. The idea here is this: as this thing turns, these brake shoes, which are copper lined, I put some copper lining on it. There is torque that's applied. There's, this way, which causes this bolt to go in further down, which pulls this whole assembly forward. And then I had to kind of build a little stopper because these shoes will cant left and right. So this little stopper, you can do an adjustment on it. So now basically when the brake is applied, which I have it on right now, the whole fixture stays rigid. And so far I think we're doing good. So we'll show you. This is at a pretty high speed. Obviously I won't be running it at that speed. And this is probably the speed we're looking at. Right about here. So I'll show you guys how this thing works out. Now obviously when I'm going conventional, I don't have a problem. Brake doesn't really make any difference. Okay. The brake works great. I mean, it doesn't really have much effect when I'm doing conventional. When I get to climb milling, and let me see if I can show the finish on this. It's not bad. Now, when we go to climb milling, here's my wrench here. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit more because I think it's a little loose. Drag is so important on this. I'm going to go about yay high, and let's just see how she does in climb milling. The vibration I'm getting is from here. I'm running a 2-flute end mill, and I wanted to test with 2-flute because if 2-flute can work, I know 4-flute will work much better. So here we have. I think my end mill is wearing out here too, but it's a pretty reasonable. Then we're going to bring it back down. I'm more interested in climb milling because conventional is okay. Does the job, but I end up killing my end mills a lot with conventional. So I'm going to speed up a little bit to get me to the climb milling point here. I'm going to set this guy down about 1/10. And here we go. Now when you start hearing this squeaking sound as it's going through, that basically is telling me my feed rate is slow. I need to increase my feed rate. See, you can hear it. Right there, you can hear the feed rate is too high. So here I'm going to reduce my speed down to about 1400 from 2000, and now I can use that feed rate and go through climb milling. going to be a test here. We'll see, and I'm sure I'm going to have a little problem. I'm going to do a full depth of cut that I have it set up right now, and about a little bit of cut. Let's just see. I need to slow this thing down. See, here we go. That's way too much I'm chewing. Even with that break, that is way too much for it to handle. So I think, you know, the best I can do is about, I think, 1/4 of an inch depth of cut. Well, I'm going to experiment with different cutters. Obviously, I'm running, and this is what it did, as you can see. I'm going to take it back up to about 1/4 inch. I mean, climb mill is absolutely not a problem. I mean, conventional. Conventional is absolutely not a problem. She is doing exactly what I want her to do. No vibrations. I do another pass here. Drop this thing down. Kind of hard to do. I mean, climb will work too. I just cannot have the depth of cut that I'm looking for. Again, everything comes down to being rigid. So that's basically the difference between $4,000 or $5,000 proper professional rotary table and a homemade rotary table. I'm sure I can do probably better design, better ideas. Maybe I can come up with some different ideas. One thing I did notice, the height of the deck is actually causing a flex in the whole shaft. So that might be my next attempt, maybe to drop the height of the deck down as low as possible. And typical on a regular rotary table, you have a very solid cast iron base that the head will sit on top of, and that really, the whole idea is to provide rigidness, which obviously here I don't have that. I only have one shaft which is sitting on top of bearings, and that's it. So anyway, I think this is good first progress. I'm happy. We're going to try some other ideas here, do some final tweaking. More to come. Take care. Bye.